Welcome to today's show. Welcome to Advocate Information Highway. I'm your host, Anthony Lorito-Duke, and we got a very interesting topic for today's show, in which it is basically a continuation of uh, my the prior topics from last week in regards to LGBT rights and the LGBT community and stuff. So, this week I'm kind of doing playing devil's advocate here, and um, I'm talking about the flip side of the coin now. And you know, um, with regards to like same-sex marriage, um, uh, the LGBT community were being denied, like in many states and cities, from being part of like certain parades and stuff like that. Um, and and even talking about the transgender community, transgender people and stuff. Not everybody is going to be accepting. Okay, and that's their problem. That's not your problem. That's their problem, right? But you're gonna get a lot of people mad no matter what you do. You can't make everybody happy. And again, that's their problem. But at the same time, you got to realize, like with same-sex marriage, for instance, you know, you could be growing up like being around cousins and people who say that they love you and everything, but once you come out to them, a lot of them are going to be really upset with you. That's just the way it is. And it's going to hurt. Yeah, it's going to hurt, but you can't uh go around thinking that, hey, everybody just has to accept me, and that's it. Um that everybody else has to change for the way you want them to be for you. Not going to happen. There's going to be a lot of people really mad. And you just have to realize that, you have to accept that, really. But again, that's their problem. That's not your problem, you know. And um, even like within some areas, LGBT people, they want the inclusivity and be part of the community, and that's really understandable. That's the way it should be. But with reality, that's not always how it is. That's not always how it is. Okay, and you can't always say, oh, excuse me. You can't always say they have to change and just accept me. They have to do that change. No, that's not always how it's going to be. Okay, and you can't change everybody. You can't change them. You got to change yourself. Okay, you got to change you, and that's it. And live your life and stuff. And here's the other thing: we're talking about the trans people, trans community. With regards like the bathroom bills, and for like trans women, like for men who want to become women and who became women and stuff, to be on women's sports teams and stuff. Um, but we'll start with the first part, the bathroom bill. There are some businesses, there are some buildings that have bathrooms that are like all inclusive and stuff, but there are also other buildings and other businesses that still have things the old-fashioned way, like, well, one bathroom for men and another bathroom for women. And you can't say, well, you got to change your bathrooms around just, to satisfy us. No, you can't. You can't just expect people to just change for you. You can't. And like some of these are old, the old buildings and old businesses that have been around for years and years. You can't just say, break down your whole business and do it to my satisfaction. No, no. And even with the bathroom bill, there's gonna be a lot of people upset with that. There's just gonna be. You have to accept that. You have to accept that, you know? To every action, there's a reaction, you know? And that's even going into this, uh, with trans people being on women's sports, being on women's sports teams. Not everybody's gonna be on board with that, okay? And you can't expect them to bow down to you and accept you and there's gonna be a lot of people against it. There's going to be. Oh my God, excuse me for 1 minute. Hold on. There's gonna be a lot of people against it, a lot. And you have to be realizing that and being, and accepting that. You gotta, uh, realize that not everybody is gonna be on board. So, and you have a right to your protest, that's, and stuff like that, but, you know, it's gonna make a lot of people mad. And especially if you live in cities and states that are conservative religious peoples and stuff, that are, cities and states that are really conservative religious, they're not gonna be accepting of you. They're not. And that's just the way it is right now. Now, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of people turning away from religion. And until the time comes when the conservative religious people are the minority, and not the majority, until and unless that time comes, more than most likely they're not gonna accept you. And that's just the reality of things. And yes, you can keep your good fight going and you really fight for your rights and stuff, and which is an important thing to do, yes. And it's a lot of hard work, yes. But you can't just say, hey, everybody has to just change and accept me. That's not the reality of things. Okay. And it's going to take a long time for change to happen. It's going to. And so, um, and like with trans people, like especially like with drag queens, they have to realize a lot of people are scared of them. A lot of drag people look scary to a lot of people. And that's why a lot of people fear them and a lot of people don't like them, you know? And the people who fear them, that's on them. Yeah. But they have to realize the way that they present themselves out in society, if they're scaring people, that's not a good thing. It's not a good thing, you know? And a lot of people, when they see like drag people walking around, even like trans people, they look scary to people. They do. And that's not a good thing. And, to go around saying, oh, everybody just has to accept me. In fantasy land, that may work, but in reality, that does not work. In fantasy land, maybe that's the way it is, but in reality, that's not the way it is. Okay? And I have to realize that, you know? So, um, but I'm playing devil's advocate from last week, yeah, but I'm trying to bring out everything here. Because in order to resolve a situation, everything has to be put on the table, you know? And um, So you can't just go around saying, "Oh, everybody just has to accept me and that's it." No, you can't. And they can't go around saying everybody just has to change for me. No, no, you have to change you. That's it. You can't go around saying everybody else has to change. No, no. So, but anyways, I want to remind all my fans out there about my website, Advocate Information Highway. The link to there is AIHNY.com. Again, that's AIHNY.com. You guys can check out all the pages on there. And if you go to the store page of my website, you'll see two links on there. And one of those links is to my internet store on Zazzle.com. If you click on that link and go to my internet store on Zazzle.com, you'll see all the products that I designed and they're up for sale on my internet store on Zazzle.com. And so with that, take care, everybody. Bye.